Guys, it has been a long time since I've been meaning to share the kitchen remodel with you. Our experience is working with Lowe's to do not a whole kitchen renew, but kind of like refacing the cabinets. And so it was kind of like refacing the cabinets and kind of giving the kitchen a facelift with new counters and things like that, backsplashes and whatnots. And so we decided to do that instead of just ripping everything out. And we had some good cabinets that had slide outs, and we wanted to keep those, but we wanted to reface it and bring it up to date. So I'll show you some of the old pictures that I found from the Zillow from before we bought the house, and I'll show you the color scheme that was in here. So this kitchen is a galley kitchen, so it's kind of long and kind of slender. And so these are the pictures from before we moved in and we purchased the house. You can see that it's got a lot of old oak wood, and it's kind of like a blue dated granite countertop, which actually had a crack in a couple of places. And so we knew we needed to upgrade this at some point, but it did take a while to do it. Next, we are we've begun construction, and they were, taking off all of the doors and everything of the cupboards, and they're starting to work on it. So the doors are off of here. We're keeping the pull-outs on the ground, or on the bottom ones. This is the Sub-Zero with new panels. The old ones are removed. They're going to be working on the trim, and the counter is going to be replaced. That's why it's busted up, so they can get the nice clean edge in there. It's going to be painted a different color. All the doors are off, and we got new drawers coming in. This used to be another dishwasher, 2 dishwashers, but we only need 1. So we're getting rid of that, and it's going to be a 3-drawer compartment. Over here was just kind of like a cabinet with 2 double doors that open, and now it's going to turn into, instead of 2 drawers, we're going to have 3, and it's going to be a cabinet. And that's where the oven and the microwave goes. And then this used to be 4 drawers, but it used to be at one time it was going to be a pull-out with a butcher block on it, which we never actually knew that's what that was. And they put kind of like something on the bottom to keep it from coming out, so we never used it that way. And now that's going to be fixed and leveled. There's our other oven right there, and stove. Can't use them right now. And then these ones we're keeping pull-outs, and these ones pull all the way out here. And so we're keeping those, but getting new cabinet drawers. So here it is. It's coming along. More drawers, cupboards on top. It's coming along. They had to take a bunch of trim out of here. This is going to be subway tile back here. The reason why that area is all beat up like that is because they had taken a big slab of granite and just kind of like pasted it up against the back for a backsplash by the oven, and or stove, and that's what that was. We didn't do that everywhere because we wanted to have some sort of wall space where I could actually paint to incorporate it with the rest of the kitchen, and also I can hang things into the drywall where I really can't get through the subway tile. So anyway, here it comes. Now the old color of wood, which was kind of like this inside here, just didn't go with the flooring. I mean, the flooring is kind of like a coolish neutral color, and this is very warm, so there was always this really weird clash in the inner kitchen. So hopefully we're going to cool it all down, and hopefully it'll be kind of nice. And the counter is somewhat close to this color as well, which is kind of like a taupe color, and hopefully it'll look nice. I sure hope it does. So we'll see. And then this peachy wall is going to turn into like a cool blue gray. So we're going pretty different. All right, so this isn't really the big reveal because it's not finished, but you can see we've changed the panels out here, and they totally encased it in the new, like a laminate. We did keep the inside's the same because they're very well built, sturdy shelves. And then these ones here, they roll out. So we went ahead and kept that one. They're gonna reorder this door. Something's wrong with it. And they have a notch that's not supposed to be there. Let's see here. So these look really, really good. And they all have these easy close. Oh, they're supposed to. Yeah, gently close drawers. So those are done. Over here, we took out this dishwasher. Remember, there was a dishwasher there. We got rid of that. They have to reorder the cover here and the doors here because they weren't measured right. Now, they kind of messed up on, look at this, even these handles are really cute. Now, we're going to paint the back, but they've kind of messed up on this. This is a beautiful, beautiful quartz. So it's kind of like a dark gray. The lighting doesn't do justice to the painting in here or to the color of the cabinets, which is like a mushroom. And then you have like a gray, and you can see it kind of like brings those tones out of the floor. That's what we wanted. Now, the backsplash here was supposed to be more of this quartz, and it was supposed to come up and cover that. And what they did, for some reason, was they put 6-inch quartz pieces here up against the cabinet, and they put one over here, which it actually looks nice, but we didn't actually ask them to do that. And here on this side as well. But that's not what we asked them to do. We asked them to put quartz along the side where they took out the granite, and they didn't do that. So, so anyway, we have to, oh, and this is supposed to be subway tile here. So they're going to do that, but we had to put a hold on all of this because they kind of goofed on the quartz there. So now we have to make a change order, and we're going to tell them we do want the counter here. If they can't do counter material quartz here, where they took this out, then when they put the subway tile here, we're gonna say then just go ahead and take that subway tile and put it everywhere, that here, 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 all this, and just go ahead and do that. Oh, we also took out that, there's a nasty little 80s block of wood piece there. There's my kitchen in the other room there, and pieces and boxes. And then they put some of the countertop material here too. So once it gets completed, oh, we got a new sink. So we took the 2 sinks out and then put a nice big one in here. So it does look really nice. I am very happy so far. They have to fix these drawers because these were not measured properly. But you know, when it's not done, it won't be done until it's done. Took out that shelf up here too. So this, we have some drywall work we need to do, and then we're going to paint. But it is coming along. I just wanted to show you what it was looking like. Guys, all right. Now the kitchen has been done for like over a year. It has been taking me so long to get this video together, but I amazingly have lost the footage that showed all of the old stuff. So hopefully I found enough of different clips that showed you a little bit more what it looked like, and put them at the beginning of this video. So let me show you, I'll show you the finished product and just kind of like walk you through. It's a very small kitchen, but I'm very happy with the way they finally got these covers on here, and those are really wonderful pull-out drawers. And so I've got something in there hanging out the top. Those are really wonderful pull-out drawers. And the same here. I don't really want to show you all my Tupperware. It's kind of messy in there right now. But so they still come out. Now, one thing about this is they had to, you know, outline this whole area here as well. Now, this area here was just really weird. See, if we want to ever get rid of this Sub-Zero fridge, now this one came with the house. They changed the panels out. Looks great. But if we wanted to switch it out, we would have to take out this whole area, around because it's kind of like a casing. That would have to be knocked out here as well and all the way down. And I think it would be really hairy because we would have to take out this little, what do you call that? Quartz, I guess, as well. And my goodness, so that would be quite a deal. So right now, these refrigerators do have a very long life. And to tell you the truth, I would like to update it, but I kind of feel like if this one goes out, we need to stick another Sub-Zero in there, or we got to build it all out again. But anyway, so this is where the other dishwasher was. Wonderful. These are working so much better than 2 dishwashers. We just need 1. The people who lived here before us, I think, had 7 children, so 2 dishwashers made sense for them. And I really am loving this new top here and the backsplash. We finally got that taken care of. Let me turn now. So I had originally intended to take these out because they were so bulky and so close to the counter, and you always feel like you're hitting it, but I really can't lose this amount of space. So I opted to leave those for now rather than leave open shelves, which would have been, would have opened it up more, but I need it. And up here, I just used that for some more storage. And pardon my paper towels. I like to hang them right here. I put 2 of them out with a bathtub shower curtain, and I just hang it low so that the kids can reach it. And so that works out really well. They did a great job. They replaced this little thing here. Now I usually put a padding here. This is just a shelf liner, and the reason why is because as I come in with pans and heavy things to wash, there was a point where I actually hit this corner here and it chipped the quartz. So I had to fix it, and it looks great. You can't even tell, but I don't want to do that again. So I put a little bit of a padding there so that hopefully, I can keep that from happening again. My dishwasher there, and then let's look over here. So they got all these put in. Let me back out here. That used to be, as I told you, was another type of a pull out. That's working great. I still have some room to stash a few things away up on top there. I really like the work they did. I think there were some things that they could have done a better job at that I think, we went with Lowe's, and they did good, but once they started getting, maybe pressed for time, they had other jobs, they kind of like hurried up and just kind of like left us hanging on a few things, and I didn't really like that. We had to kind of like fight to get that done a bit. But as you could see, it is kind of a narrow galley kitchen, and so this little island in the middle is actually, it's just movable. It's very easy to move it. You can get it out of the kitchen, you can move it wherever you want to work on it, and I use it for a workspace. But that's from IKEA. That's going to be leaving. We're going to be putting a butcher block that is longer, but part steel, part wood, and it's going to work, I think, much better than that for storage. But you can see that this color paint and paneling goes much better with the floor color, which we're going to replace really soon, but it's going to be about the same. So it's kind of like cool and neutral, and then it's cool and neutral here, whereas before we had, all that fiery, warm wood, and then next to this wood, it just looked kind of bizarre. And then the granite on top was blue. It was like a dark blue, and it was very dated. It looked very 80s in here. And, the woods didn't match. And with all that was going on, this little kitchen seemed even smaller. And I spent a lot of time in here, so it was really depressing. And I thought, you know what? I want this to be a place that I wouldn't mind being. And I got these pictures here from IKEA, and then they're really sweet French pictures here. And One of these I have to show you. This one here is a picture of my husband took a picture of both of us when we were first dating, and it was one of our first dates, and he gave me a big long kiss, and he took a picture of it, and I took that picture and I made an etching of it, and this is a copy of the etching. I cut it out. That's he and I giving a long kiss, and I put us up in this little French balcony here. I thought that was really sweet. So that's us from very long ago. We have worked with Lowe's and Home Depot both in the past, and our overall experience with both of them, I would have to say maybe Lowe's, I don't know. We did more Lowe's than Home Depot, I think. But both of them, we were overall very happy with our experience with them. And the reason why, I think, mainly is because, the contract is pretty lengthy, and pretty much the contractors who work with you do not get paid unless they are done, in a timely manner and according to the specifications agreed on and to the satisfaction of the customer. And that is huge. I really, really love that. So I'm not quite sure what else I'm going to do in here. I'm kind of enjoying it. Since it is a smaller kitchen, I'm enjoying it feeling more open. Although I'm thinking of this wall over here, maybe doing a really nice wallpaper. People don't do wallpapers anymore, but I have seen some really nice wallpaper down at, since we live in Vegas, the casinos tend to use some wallpaper, and I've noticed some really nice ones. And I don't know if that's coming back or not, but I've thought about that. Maybe just one accent wall. That way it's not such a big deal when you need to tear it out. But anyway, that's for the future. So we'll see. When we bought the house, I think if it was up to the kitchen, we probably would not have bought the house, because I do like a very open kitchen, open to other areas of the house. And really the only way that it's really open to maybe the rumpus room over here is I've got that little window there to look out. And so I would have probably wanted it more open, but this home had other accents going for it. It had some other wow factors, and that was the fact that it had a gym, which my husband loved, or it's a glass room, but we use it as a gym, and it works perfectly for that. The yard is really big, so it's good enough for the kids to romp around and play in. And the pool, was the right size for the kids. They're very active. It had a lot of other things going for it. The location was really great. So I thought I would give on the kitchen a bit. If I had a chance to go and do it again, even with all those pluses, I'm not sure that I would do it again, just because of the kitchen. I have learned that the placement of the kitchen in relation to the house is a very big factor for me, and I don't know if that is something that I would have given on, right? Compromised on. But I am definitely making the best of it, and I do appreciate having a kitchen, and I do appreciate being able to redo it so that I'm more comfortable in it. And in the past, we've dealt with Home Depot and Lowe's. With all the issues that we had dealing with them, because you're dealing with all these contractors who are they're not all the same company. So the tile company, the counter company, the plumber, and the cabinet people are all different companies. And so they all have to be under one project manager. So you really have to have that phone number, the direct number for the project manager, so that you could be the squeaky wheel. And that is what we found. We'd have to just wear out the phone of her assistant trying to get a hold of her so that we could get this all done and be as polite as we could, because we do want, we don't want anybody spitting in our soup, so to say. We do want them to treat us like good customers, and we want to be those good customers. But sometimes you just gotta, kind of demand a little bit more to get the ball rolling. And so that's what we had to do to keep everybody on board. And it took about 3 or 4 months to get the job done, because there were a few mistakes and some reorders that had to be done. And so one of the things that I noticed too in dealing with the different contractors is if they make a mistake, say maybe they were supposed to, the cabinet guy was supposed to, back there, I don't know if you could see it, but back there around the window seal, that's wood, and it was old wood that matched the old wood that they had here where we put the quartz on the window. Now it was supposed to be covered in the same laminate here back there on the window seal all the way around, but I guess he used too much or did something. He ran out of the material and ended up asking me if I wouldn't mind just, matching the paint and painting it the same color. Now, I just wanted the project done by that point, so I said, yes, I will do that, and I ended up painting it. But that's something, if I didn't want to do that, I could have really pushed to say, no, in the contract, it says you need to do this, and I'm going to wait as long, 2 extra months or whatever, until you do it, this way. I think it was a better idea to paint it the more that I look at it now, because there's this little lip around there that could have been really weird had he covered it with that same material. So I'm glad it worked out. But, sometimes you just have to do that. But there's another thing that kind of bothered us a bit, and that was that the counter people made a mistake when they didn't make a mistake on measuring, but what they did was, there was all that confusion on getting the backsplash or not, and we fought so hard to finally get it done. When they came over, and you can't see it here, I don't think, but right about here, there is a cut. So it should be, mind all the stuff I got on here, but it should be one continuous piece of quartz. But what happened was, they ran out of it because they made some mistake down at the yard, so they had to actually cut 2 pieces and put them together. So there is a seam line there. Another thing that we could have kicked and screamed and yelled about, but decided to just go ahead and go, you know what? That took the most amount of time, I think, just to even get it here to this point. So you have to ask yourself that question is, is it worth what I'm going to have to wait through and go through to go ahead and kick and scream, a little bit about this, or is it not? And so some things we were willing to give on, other things we were not willing to give on. And so I'm just glad that it's done. The kitchen and the master being redone or updated is probably the 2 biggest investments that you have in a house, in updating the house. And so those were the things that we needed to do. We do have another bathroom to do down here, which is a guest bathroom, and it's the boys' bathroom. So we've been dragging our feet on that. And so that's going to be the next biggie, is to redo the boys' bathroom, because it's starting to look, it's really dated and it's starting to look really bad. So that's going to be the next project, and I will let you in on that when we do that. But thanks for spending time with us and seeing the remodel. If you have any questions, just let me know, and I will share more with you about my experience in case that helps.